Hello, this is Long, another deal underwriting. We are going to look at one of the property in Gilbert today. The address is 684 East Redondo Drive in Gilbert, 85296. So this property is located right here in the corner of Lindsay and Warner, which is only 1 mile away from downtown Gilbert. So if you live here, you can take advantage of all the convenience from the downtown. Additionally, it's also at a very close distance to Santan Village Mall right here. As you know, if you live in the area, Santan Village Mall is very popular for the people living in here, and I'm sure if you rent it, a lot of people are gonna like the area a lot. Not too far away from the freeway as well, only 3 miles away from the freeway 202. So it's super convenient to the freeway as well. So in terms of the location, I think it's a good one. I mean, even if on the north, right, only 3.5 miles to the freeway 60. So it's right in the middle of 60 and 202. Is easy to go to anywhere to the freeway. So the location is a nice location in my opinion. In terms of the characteristic of the property, let's look at some of the detail here. The property has 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. It has 1350 square feet, and the lot size is only about 5,000 square feet. So it is in a little smaller size compared to other property in the area. However, the year build is fairly recent. It's not brand new, right? But it's not like 1970 or 1980s, which you see more in the Chandler area. This one is 1980, so which is the typical year age of the property. There's an HOA, only 106 per quarter, so it's very small, minimal cost for the HOA. That is enough of talking. Let's dive right into the conversation here. The purchase price, let's say, before we see the purchase price, let's go to a couple of the picture. This one picture is not recent, by the way. I think it's about 2 or 3 months old. The property, by the way, already listed on the market for more than 90 days. Okay, it's been under contract and it's back out of the contract. That is one of the reasons why I like it. I like it because there's a way so that we can negotiate and get a better deal for this situation. So let's go through a couple of the information here, picture here, to see whether needed any work or not, right? As you see here, tile flooring, and this is vaulted ceiling, so it's very high, tall, very nice. All the window treatment already there, so you don't have to worry about that. In fact, the house is in a very good shape and a good floor plan as well. The living room is over there, and then here's a dining area here, master bedroom here. Going here is a garage. So overall, I think this is laminate as well. Overall, I don't see any need for improvement or work or renovation needed, right? This is the living space here, kitchen is here, all tile. The bedroom has laminate as well. Let's go to the backyard to see if the backyard has, well, maybe you want to buy a new appliances here, but you don't have to. If you rent it, definitely consider doing the refrigerator as well. Overall, I think the house is good in general by looking at the picture, right? Sometimes it's really not easy to tell, but just by looking at the picture. But so far, it's not the worst that I see. The backyard is simple, nice, easy to maintain. There's a landscaping. You may consider remove the grass completely. It's just not beneficial if you're going to rent it out anyway. But this is a good size for the tenants to enjoy. That's the picture. We can have the basic understanding of what's going on with the property. So let's dive right into number. Let's say we are going to purchase at full asking price at 440, and the closing cost is about 1.5%, assuming that you don't buy any interest rate. Renovation cost, perhaps maybe you're gonna do 0 on this one. I don't see anything. Even with the refrigerator, you can get away by asking the tenants to provide that as well, so there's no need to do anything on here. This is a really hot area, so I think it's going to be rented within 2 or 3 weeks with a reasonable rent. But to be safe, on the safe, we are going to do 1 month's rent, just to be on the safe side. Talking about rent, let's go to see how much it could be rented for. So let me analyze it. Okay, so it could be rented for $2,200 to $2,300 in this area right here. Let's do $2,200 for now, just for safe, more conservative right here. And then if we go further to the loan amount, let's do 80% for the loan amount. I can zoom in a little bit so that you can see it. Interest rate 7.5 is the 30 years loan. Already you have the negative of 245. That is just talking about the principal and interest minus the long-term rental. That's it. You already have 245. So for some of you, you may stop here already, because the next step I'm going to do is just going to add more expenses, and then you're gonna have even worse situation. But for the sake of conversation, let's try to continue enter any of the information that we have here. $35 for the monthly HOA. The tax here is, I'm sorry, looking at the information over here, the tax here is $112,223 per year, and the insurance, I would say maybe around 1,000. There you go. As you see, the total must-have expense is now already 2,666. So you're gonna have a negative of 466 on the monthly basis. This is not worth the time to look at. Even if you are able to negotiate down to the 400 price range, you still have the negative. So it's extremely difficult to have the positive cash flow on this one. I mean, unless you are able to get a 350 price range, then you can get the positive here. For this one, I think this is one of the one that unfortunately is not gonna be the good deal regardless of the strategy, because all the strategy is going to be even more risky, and we're not going to talk about that in this video. I mean, we don't want to talk about short-term rental, we don't talk about potential to buy down interest rate. Even like the 1% is still too much of the negative here, so it's not worth the time to do that. Okay, that's it for me. This is no, definitely. And I think that's the reason why it has been on the market for a long time. It could only be sold for a regular primary or homeowner, and it has been on the in the contract, but it's now back on the market. Investor, I don't think anyone is willing to look at this as well. Oh, and now that I see this also, one of the things that I should have checked at the beginning, but I didn't show you. I should have shown you at the beginning, but I didn't show you. So it's back to the Warner Road as well, which is one of the busy roads. So multiple factor, I think this one gonna be really tough to sell in this market. Okay, even though the location, the proximity to all other amenities is nice, I wouldn't consider buying this for investment property unless it's, like I said, 350 or 340. Then maybe we can talk. Okay, but for this one, wouldn't be recommending you to look at this. All right, thank you.